my young friend. I'm so happy to see you again. I'm Mrs. Santa Claus, and I'm coming to you live from my home here in the North Pole. Oh, it's so lovely to see you again. It's been a whole year, and goodness, look at you, how you've grown. You've gotten so big and strong. Mrs. Claus is very proud of you, of all the wonderful things you've accomplished in the last year since I saw you. I've done some important things, too. I've tried to improve the way I've been eating, and Santa and I have been trying to get more exercise. I've learned that you should only eat one cookie and not the whole dozen. And we've been getting outside and going for walks with the reindeer and the elves. We've also been snowshoeing and learning how to cross-country ski. It's important to stay fit. Even Mrs. Claus thinks so. So get out there this winter, put on your snowsuit and your mittens, and get outside and enjoy the great outdoors. We've been very, very busy here in the North Pole, as you know, with Christmas coming up just next week. The elves have been busy in the toy shop making all the toys, and they've had to take some classes in electronics to keep up with all the video games and Wiis and all those things like that. Mrs. Claus doesn't keep up with it, but the elves in the toy shop do. And of course, we've also had to been baking cookies up a storm to make sure that Santa Claus and all the elves have the energy they need to keep going. But we've also been including vegetables in their snacks as well. And I'm here with my good old friend, Freddie the little fir tree. Hello, Freddie. How are you?
Mrs. Claus, I'm so happy to be here again, coming to the boys and girls from the North Pole. Hello, boys and girls. I've missed you.
Oh, well, I'm sure that they have missed you too, Freddie, and all of your jokes. Now, it's the very first Christmas with Mrs. Claus show of the year. Do you have some very good jokes to share with our young friends?
Oh, you know I do, Mrs. Claus. I've always got the best Christmas jokes there are.
Well, okay, Freddie. It's the very first Christmas joke of the year, so why don't you let her rip?
Okay, Mrs. Claus. What do you call a person who's scared of Santa Claus?
Oh, that's ridiculous, Freddie. Nobody's scared of Santa Claus. Santa Claus is jolly and kind and very, very nice.
Oh, but Mrs. Claus, there are some people who are afraid of our jolly old elf. Would you like to know what we call them?
Well, I guess so. Why don't you tell us what we call a person who's afraid of Santa Claus, even though that's just ridiculous?
Mrs. Claus, a person who's afraid of Santa Claus is claustrophobic. Get it, Mrs. Claus? Claustrophobic.
Oh, you're so ridiculous, Freddie. That's a ridiculous joke. Don't you have anything better than that to start off the year with?
Okay, Mrs. Claus, I've got a better one. I know you're really going to like this one.
Okay, then. Tell us your better joke, and it better be better, Freddie, or I'm not sure I'm going to let you continue telling jokes on my show.
Oh, Mrs. Claus, I'm sure you're going to like this one. Okay, what does Mrs. Claus say to Santa when she looked outside?
Well, seeing as how that's me, I should know what I said to Santa when I looked outside. But I look outside a lot, and I'm not sure which thing you're referring to, Freddie. So why don't you tell us, what did I say to Santa when I looked outside?
You said, I think it's going to rain, dear. It's going to rain, dear.
Oh, Freddie, you are so ridiculous. I have to admit, I did get a kick out of that one. That's very, very funny, Freddie. Okay, you'll have some more jokes for us tomorrow, won't you?
Oh, you bet, Mrs. Claus. My jokes are never ending and always G-rated.
That's right, Freddie. We have to be careful because there are many, many boys and girls all around the world who are watching our show. And speaking of that, boys and girls, we have a special treat for you now on a visit with Mrs. Claus. We're going to go to the junior choir at St. Matthew's Church in Goffstown, New Hampshire, all the way down there in the United States of America for a special Christmas song. Let's see if we can't go to St. Matthew's now, shall we? That was just lovely. Thank you very much, boys and girls. That was a beautiful song and a wonderful performance, all the way from the junior choir, all the way in Goffstown, New Hampshire, at St. Matthew's Church. And now I want to show you a little present. Freddie gave me an early Christmas present. Isn't this cute? Watch what it does. That makes Mrs. Claus feel just jolly. And you know I love to feel jolly. I hope we all have a holly jolly Christmas. And now it's time to read some of your letters. We've got a big basket of letters that you've sent to the North Pole. Let's see what we have. Dear Mrs. Claus, I love my mom. I love my dad. Love, Ryan. And Ryan is 6 years old, and he's from Manchester, New Hampshire. Oh, Ryan, that's all he wrote. He didn't ask for any presents or anything. That's a very nice letter, Ryan. Thank you for sharing it with me. Oh, here's another one. Merry Christmas, and there's a nice picture of Santa Claus on the front. Dear Mrs. Claus, I can't wait until Christmas time. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I would like a real puppy, a stuffed dog, and a Nintendo DS game. Happy birthday, Jesus. Love, Ashlyn. And Ashlyn is from Grover's Corners, New Hampshire. Well, that is very nice to wish a happy birthday to Jesus, because we all know that we celebrate Christmas because it is Jesus' birthday. And that's why Santa Claus, who is also known as Saint Nicholas, brings toys to boys and girls all over the world to celebrate the birthday of Jesus. There's one more thing I want to say about this letter. Ashlyn says that she would like a real puppy. Now, we know it's very important never to give a live present to anyone unless you know that they are really planning on taking good care of it. You wouldn't want to give someone a puppy unless they have lots of time to take care of a puppy and lots of nice things around the house for puppies, like things for them to chew and play with, and a water dish and a doggy bowl and lots of nice doggy biscuits. So always be careful not to give a live present to anyone. Mrs. Claus knows that her friend Judy Pancoast once was very surprised when her daughter was given a frog for her birthday. That's a true story. At her 9th birthday, someone brought her a real live frog in an aquarium. And that frog lived a very, very, very long time. And Mrs. Judy Pancoast did not enjoy cleaning out that aquarium. So always be careful when you give a live present to someone for Christmas. Santa Claus doesn't usually bring live presents to anyone, just so you know that. Now, here's another letter. It says, Dear Mrs. Claus, I can't read this. Oh, I see what it says. I want candy for me and Mom and Dad. I love candy too. And you know what? Candy is very good, especially at Christmas time. They come out with things like chocolate-covered cherries and special Christmas cookies with candy in them. But you must be careful and only eat 1 or 2 cookies or 1 or 2 pieces of candy every day, or you will not be very healthy. And this letter is from Alec, and Alec is 6 years old, and he's from Manchester. And now, how about one more letter? Let's see. Let me dig right into my box here and see if I can come up with one more letter. Ah, here we go. Dear Mrs. Claus, thank you for all you do for the children around the world. They truly are special gifts. Please let Santa know that he is doing a great job. And even though I'm all grown up, wink, wink, I'm still in awe of the magic he brings to others. His love for children truly makes Christmas magical. Ms. Neal, a first-grade teacher. P.S. My students have been trying real hard to be on your nice list. Thank you, Miss Neal. Miss Neal is also from Manchester, New Hampshire. And now I think it's time that we go out in the reindeer barn and check up with Clementine, our special North Pole reindeer wrangler. Clementine, how are you doing out there in the barn? Hello, Clementine.
Yes, Mrs. Claus, I'm ready. Oh, yeah, there's the camera now. Okay, bye, Mrs. Claus. Hello, boys and girls. I'm Clementine, and I'm very proud to be coming to you from our new training facility here at Santa's Village in Jefferson, New Hampshire. As you can see, we got some beautiful reindeer here. Over here, we got Dasher, and over here, we got Dancer. Dancer only grew 1 antler this year. Isn't that amazing? And they love their reindeer reindeer cookies. Now, they've been out practicing all morning long for Santa's big ride, and my goodness, this morning, Vixen flew right over the Ferris wheel here at Santa's Village. It was plumb amazing. You should have seen it. My goodness, we're going to continue our training program here at Santa's Village. Hey, you want another cookie? Come on over here. I got more cookies for you. You deserve a lot of cookies. Oh, you want a cookie too? Okay, I'll give you a cookie. Look at those beautiful antlers. Our training program here at Santa's Village is going along very well. They'll be all set to take Santa on the ride of his life on Christmas Eve. I'll be back tomorrow with more reports from the reindeer barn. Bye, boys and girls.
Thank you, Clementine. You're doing a wonderful job with the reindeer. It's also very, very exciting. Oh, by the way, boys and girls, I know you've noticed I've changed into my very stylish blue glasses. These are my special glasses that I used for looking at all of the lovely artwork that you've sent to Santa and me here at the North Pole. Today, we are going to look at lovely pictures that have been colored by the children at Rainbow Land in Bedford. That's Rainbow Land Child Development Center. And these are very young children. Santa Claus and I just love when the young children color because they don't have to worry about keeping the reindeer brown and white or making Santa Claus be red and black. They use any color they want. So let's see what we've got here. Up here, we have a beautiful rendition of Rudolph. Now, how do I know that it's Rudolph? I know because his nose is red. But the rest of him is pink and green and purple, and he has red antlers. And this was done beautifully by Riley from Bedford. And down under here, we have a lovely picture of Santa Claus. She knew that he wore red and black boots, but she put red all over his face. Santa Claus must be embarrassed. Oh, you know what? I said she, but this isn't a she. This is Evan, who did this lovely coloring job on Santa Claus. Now let's move over. Oh, another lovely coloring job of Santa Claus done by Braden. Braden, you did a very good job with your red crayon. And oh, look at this beautiful Christmas tree. It's got beautiful green leaves, or they're not leaves, are they? What do you call them? Needles. Yes, the kind that stick you when you're trying to put lights on the tree. It's lovely. It's green and it has purple and blue decorations and a lovely blue star on the top. You did a very good job, Adelia from Bedford. And now over here, another picture of a reindeer, but I'm not sure if it's Rudolph because the nose isn't quite red. However, it is a lovely purple and pink reindeer as colored by Haley from Bedford. And here's another version of Santa Claus, only this time Santa Claus is wearing very stylish blue boots. I like that idea. I'm going to see if I can find them in the catalog for Santa Claus, maybe for next year. Thank you, Grace, for doing such a lovely job coloring Santa Claus. And now over here, another lovely picture of Santa Claus, all in red, done by Alicia from Bedford. Alicia, you did a very good job. And here's another beautiful Christmas tree, all green and pink, done by Austin. And oh, look at this. They colored Santa Claus purple. I would say that would be correct if Santa Claus ever got mad and his face got purple. But Santa Claus never ever gets angry because he's the jolliest man in the world. So all I can say is he must be purple because he's very, very cold. Thank you, Lily, for doing such a lovely job on this purple Santa Claus. Look at this reindeer, colored all brown. Aaron must have known that most of the reindeer here at the North Pole are brown. But I can tell this one is Rudolph. How do you know? I think you can tell too. Oh, look at this. This really caught my eye. It's a yellow Christmas tree. I've never seen anything like it. I think I might like to have a yellow Christmas tree in the North Pole sometime. This one was done by Mia. And now, last but not least for today, this is Charlie's lovely candy cane with a red bow on it. Charlie, you did a magnificent job. And thank you very much, boys and girls from Rainbow Land, for sending us your lovely artwork. And now, guess what we're going to do? We're going to go to the workshop and find out what the elves are up to today.
Oh goodness, is it time already? Oh, hello there, boys and girls. I'm Momo. This is her first ever elf report. Today in the workshop, we made 4,000 dolls, 5,000 trucks, 1,000 Batman toys, 275 hula hoops, 5,400 stuffed dogs, 7,000 toy trains, 1,000 action figures, and 17 Wiis. I know it doesn't seem like much, but The elves keep getting distracted playing Wii games, and it's really hard to get them to go back to their work. But don't worry, Mrs. Claus. We'll have everything ready for the big ride. See you soon.
Those silly elves. They're always getting into some sort of mischief, aren't they? We'll have to check in on them again tomorrow and find out what's going on. Now, Mrs. Claus wants to play with her toy again. I just love this little toy, and it always does something different. Let's see if it does something different now. Oh, Freddie, you gave me a very nice toy. I really like it. Okay, Freddie, you're going into Santa's Book of Good Boys and Girls, which I think you're probably very interested to see if your name is in here, aren't you? So let's check it out and see if it is. Okay. Who have we got this year? Well, I see Mason and Jorge. I see Dylan and Ariel, and Kristen and Bethany, Raymond and Lisa, Colton and Christina. I see Ricardo and Holly and Casey and Leslie, Francisco and Casey. Oh, I said Casey. There's another Casey in here. And there's Chloe and April, Brendan and Devin, Keith and Julie, Colin and Claire, Wesley and Kaylee and Philip and Brenda, and Oscar, Kathleen, Julian and Rachel, Jonathan and Karen. There's Eduardo and Sophia, Chad and Patricia. And over here I see Marta and Elise, Redmond and Riley and Peter and Marion, Kenneth and Kyle and Joseph, Eileen, Teresa, Florence, Tab, Rachel, Clint, Lionel, Robbie, Jenna, Dolores, Marlo, Ishan, and Emilio, Morris, Craig, Bobby, Monique, Jerry, May. Well, there's Ava, and then there's Andrew, and then there's Matthew, and oh my goodness, there's Paris, and Quayshawn, and Rodney, and Sally, and Thomas, and Deborah. There are many, many boys and girls in Santa's Book of Good Girls and Boys. Don't worry if you didn't hear your name in here today, because there are millions and billions of names. I just like to read a few of them every now and then, in case one of you is listening and hears your name. I know that would be a very special treat to hear your name read from Santa's Book of Good Girls and Boys. And now, I'd like to share with you one of Mrs. Claus's favorite Christmas stories. This is called The Magic Toy Shop. It's a very nice book. The Magic Toy Shop. Cornelius was a toy maker who was very busy in his toy shop. "Only 2 days left before Christmas," he said to himself, "and I still have all these toys to finish. I'm not as young as I used to be, and I can't work as fast. I just hope I'll be able to finish them in time." The boys and girls couldn't wait to receive their Christmas toys, and Cornelius had made a special one for each child he knew. Can you see that picture? It's very nice. Okay. That evening, Cornelius's wife, Katerina, came into the shop to call him home for his dinner. "I cannot stop now. I must keep on working," said Cornelius, "at least until I finish this toy train. Little Charles will be very disappointed if he doesn't have his train for Christmas." Cornelius pointed to a princess doll and a pair of skates he had just finished. "At least those are ready for Caroline and little Tommy," he said. At that moment, the toy shop door opened. A poor woman came into the toy shop with her 3 little children. The children's eyes opened wide as they gazed at all the toys and games. Peter wished he could have the toy train for his very own. Lisa wanted the beautiful doll, and little Karen wished for the cuddly pink bunny. But the mother had only a few pennies to spend, and that certainly was not enough for these wonderful toys. Would you like to see the picture again? After the poor children and their mother left, Katerina said, "Why don't we give the children the toys that they want as a special Christmas gift, even if they can't pay for them?" Cornelius shook his head sadly. "I wish we could, but those toys are already promised, and I have no time to make any others." So the toy maker and his wife closed the shop and went home to their dinner. And that's all I have time to read tonight, boys and girls, but I'll share some more tomorrow, and we'll find out what happens and if the poor children get their toys. Now, I think we should sing a Christmas song. Would you like to sing along with Mrs. Claus? If you don't know this Christmas song, don't worry, because the words will pop up magically on the screen, so you can sing along with me. All right? I'm sure many of you know most of this one. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ho, ho, ho! Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and Miss Fanny Bright was seated at my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed its lot. We got into a drifted bank, and we were upsot. Do you know what that means, boys and girls? Upsot means we got tipped over. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Wasn't that fun? I feel so jolly. But you know what? I have a friend who's a much better singer than I am, and that's Judy Pancoast. And before we end the show today, I'd like to send it over to her so she can sing a Christmas song for you. In the meantime, I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you tomorrow on a visit with Mrs. Claus. Take it away, Judy.
Okay, Mrs. Claus, I know you're going to get up and dance. Get somebody else to get up there and teach you some swing moves. Santa, Santa, what you got for me? Did you bring me something special for underneath my Christmas tree? I didn't mean to surprise you here by the fireplace, but I've been waiting all night long just to see your face. So what you got? What you got? Santa, what you got for me? I have been so good this year, I ain't done nothing bad, except for just that one time when I got so awfully mad. The boy next door, he tried to steal my daddy's Maserati. He found out with a kick and a shout, I've been studying karate. Santa, Santa, what you got for me? Did you bring me something special for underneath my Christmas tree? I didn't mean to surprise you here by the fireplace, but I've been waiting all night long just to see your face. So what you got? What you got? Santa, what you got for me? I know you can forgive me 'cause you're such a darling man. The day I finger painted on the seats of Mommy's van. And you are kinda old, and so I'm sure that you've forgotten when I pushed Stacy, what's her face, because she was being rotten. Oh, Santa, Santa, what you got for me? Did you bring me something special for underneath my Christmas tree? I didn't mean to surprise you here by the fireplace, but I've been waiting all night long, oh, just to see your face. So what you got? What you got? Santa, what you got for me? Sometimes I'm nasty, sometimes sometimes I'm naughty. One time I pushed my little brother off the potty. I get away with lots of things 'cause I'm really cute. So come on, Santa, give up the loot. So good and kind, I'm sure you are agreeing that I should not be penalized. I'm just a human being. So bring me lots and lots of toys now, won't you, Santa dear? And I will try my hardest to be extra good next year. Oh, Santa, Santa, what you got for me? Did you bring me something special for underneath my Christmas tree? I didn't mean to surprise you here by the fireplace, but I've been waiting all night long, oh, just to see your face. So what you got? What you got? Santa, what you got for me? What you got? What you got? What you got in that sack for me? Come on, Santa.
Let me tell you about this house. There's one in every town. It's the one at Christmas time where folks all gather round. Most times of the year you'd pass by and not look back. But in December it'll stop you in your tracks. 'Cause it's got 47,000 twinkling lights and Santa Claus up on the roof, Dasher and Dancer and all the other reindeer. Rudolph's up there too, with a band of merry snowmen dancing on the porch, and a couple of carolers singing by the lamppost over near the front door. Jesus and his family in a stable on the lawn, and a choir of heavenly angels singing Silent Night till dawn. It's where everybody meets. It's the house on Christmas Street. Every year Thanksgiving Day, while we digest our turkey, the family puts up its display. You can see it from Albuquerque. Papa says their electric bill must reach up to the sky, but Mama says the joy it brings is more than money can buy. 'Cause it's got 47,000 twinkling lights and Santa Claus up on the roof, Dasher and Dancer and all the other reindeer. Rudolph's up there too, with a band of merry snowmen dancing on the porch, and a couple of carolers singing by the lamppost over near the front door. Jesus and his family in a stable on the lawn, and a choir of heavenly angels singing Silent Night till dawn. It's where everybody meets. It's the house on Christmas Street. Every tree is all aglow with a Merry Christmas banner hanging high. It's so pretty in the snow. It's got to put a sparkle in your eye. In your eye. 'Cause it's got 47,000 twinkling lights and Santa Claus up on the roof, Dasher and Dancer and all the other reindeer. Rudolph's up there too, with a band of merry snowmen dancing on the porch, and a couple of carolers singing by the lamppost over near the front door. Jesus and his family